Welcome back to the channel, Fight fans. Today we are moving deep into the aftermath of a massive night in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where the landscape of the light heavyweight division just got a serious shakeup. David Benavidez has achieved a new, defining victory at 175 pounds, and he did it in style. The Mexican monster successfully retained his interim WBA and WBC championships with an impressive, relentless knockout of the dangerous British contender Anthony Yarde in the 7th round. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Benavidez needed to show that his power and pressure translate fully to the light heavyweight division, and against a legitimate puncher like Yarde, he did exactly that. But as always in boxing, every victory brings new questions, new critics, and new challenges. The unified champion Artur Beterbiev has already weighed in, and let's just say he wasn't exactly standing and applauding. Plus, we have breaking news about Benavidez's next potential opponent that is already stirring up controversy in the boxing world. So, grab your water, sit back, and let's break down everything that happened, what it means, and where we go from here. The fight breakdown, precision and pressure. The fight in Riyadh began with the kind of tense atmosphere you only get in big main events. The first round was a tactical affair, with both boxers respecting each other's power. Anthony Yarde, coming in with his muscular frame and explosive counterpunching ability, looked sharp early on. He was moving well, trying to find openings in Benavidez's high guard. Benavidez, true to his style, started slowly. He was analyzing, downloading data, and gauging the distance. But little by little, the engine of the Mexican monster began to rev up. By the 3rd round, the dynamic of the fight shifted noticeably. Benavidez began to impose his will, walking Yarde down with that terrifying, stalking pressure that has become his trademark. It wasn't just about moving forward. It was about the volume. Benavidez unleashed combinations of 4, 5, and 6 punches, mixing up shots to the head and body that started to drain the gas tank of the British fighter. Yarde tried to fire back. He landed some crisp check hooks and a few solid rights, but Benavidez walked through them like they were nothing. He took full advantage of his deceptive hand speed, which seemed even faster at 175 pounds than some expected. By the middle rounds, Yarde was backed against the ropes, his mouth open, struggling to keep up with the pace. He could barely respond to the champion's blows, forced into a defensive shell that Benavidez was all too happy to crack open. The end came decisively in round 7. Benavidez sensed the moment. He trapped Yarde in the corner and unleashed a barrage of power shots that overwhelmed Yarde's defenses. Yarde's legs betrayed him, and the referee stepped in to save him from further punishment. It was a clean, brutal KO victory that showcased everything that makes Benavidez special: stamina, chin, volume, and a killer instinct that is second to none. With this win, Benavidez takes another massive step in his quest to face the absolute best boxers in the light heavyweight category. We are talking about the holy trinity of opponents he has been chasing: Dmitry Bivol, Canelo Alvarez, and the terrifying Artur Beterbiev. Artur Beterbiev minimizes the victory. Speaking of Artur Beterbiev, the unified light heavyweight king was watching closely, but he wasn't exactly impressed. Despite David Benavidez's resounding KO victory and the praise pouring in from fans and media, Beterbiev showed complete indifference to the result. Through his social networks, the Russian champion pointed out that the victory of the Mexican monster over Yarde is nothing new in the category. It's a harsh take, but Beterbiev has a point from his perspective. Remember, Beterbiev fought Yarde in London back in 2023 and stopped him in 8 rounds in an absolute war. Beterbiev likely views Yarde as a hurdle he has already cleared, so seeing Benavidez do the same, albeit 1 round quicker, doesn't necessarily prove to him that Benavidez is on his level. The Russian fighter said he watched the fight in Riyadh, but was not impressed by the performance of both boxers. His comment was short, cryptic, and dripping with the kind of stoic confidence Beterbiev is famous for. "We could have something better, couldn't we?" With that rhetorical question, he made it clear that he did not like the performance offered by the pugilists. To Beterbiev, there were technical flaws on display, openings that he believes he could exploit instantly. He is effectively saying that while the fans were entertained, he saw mediocrity. This reaction adds a fascinating layer of tension to a potential unification fight. Beterbiev isn't scared. He's dismissive. And for a fighter as proud as Benavidez, that is going to sting. It sets the stage for a massive buildup if the promoters can ever get these two in the ring together. Beterbiev believes there are other more interesting fights out there, perhaps hinting at his own desire for legacy or simply dismissing Benavidez as hype. What's next? The controversy of May 2026 ***. So, where does Benavidez go from here? Well, it seems the roadmap is already being drawn, and it involves a massive date on the boxing calendar. According to reports circulating, David Benavidez already has a date for his next fight. He is set to return to the ring on the famed Cinco de Mayo weekend, specifically May 2nd, 2026 in Las Vegas. The opponent? None other than fellow Mexican star Gilberto "Zurdo" Ramirez. On paper, this sounds like a blockbuster. Benavidez versus Ramirez. The Mexican monster versus the first Mexican super middleweight champion. Two heavy-handed, high-volume fighters clashing on the biggest Mexican holiday weekend in the boxing capital of the world. The atmosphere would be electric. The crowd would be deafening. It guarantees action. However, this choice of opponent has generated significant criticism and questions from boxing analysts. Why? Because for many, Gilberto Ramirez represents a step sideways or even backward rather than the step-up fans are craving. Ramirez has not shown consistency in his last few fights. His lopsided loss to Dmitry Bivol exposed serious limitations in his footwork and speed, flaws that Benavidez would likely exploit, while Ramirez has rebounded with wins at cruiserweight. Moving back down or catching Benavidez at a catchweight brings its own questions. The criticism also stems from the expectation that was building around other potential matchups. There were strong rumors of possible fight against the cruiserweight kingpin Jai Opetaia, a fight that would have been absolute violence and a true test of Benavidez's ceiling. Fans were also hoping that if it wasn't Bivol or Beterbiev, it would be against some other boxer more renowned and current momentum in the light heavyweight division, perhaps a Joshua Buatsi or Alexander Gvozdyk. Choosing Zurdo feels like a safe money fight to the critics. It's a fight that sells tickets based on nationality and name recognition rather than competitive intrigue. Critics argue that Benavidez is in his prime right now. He shouldn't be fighting guys who are already dominated by the champions he is trying to chase. If Bivol beat Ramirez easily and Benavidez beats Ramirez, does it really prove he can beat Bivol? Boxing math rarely works, but the perception matters. The Bivol and Canelo factors. This all brings us back to the two names that haunt every David Benavidez conversation. Dmitry Bivol and Canelo Alvarez. Benavidez's move to 175 was largely driven by Canelo's refusal to fight him at 168. By destroying Yarde, Benavidez proves he is a force at this new weight. But does it bring him any closer to Canelo? Likely not. Canelo seems content to fight on his own terms, and Beterbiev's dismissal of Benavidez might actually give Canelo more ammunition to ignore him. See, he might say, even the champions at 175 don't think he's special. Then there is Bivol. Bivol is the master technician who made Canelo look average and shut out Ramirez. A fight between Benavidez and Bivol is a fascinating clash of styles, the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, but with Benavidez tied up with Ramirez until May 2026 in this timeline, we are looking at another year waiting. Conclusion: the monster's path. In the end, David Benavidez did exactly what he was supposed to do in Riyadh. He faced a tough, dangerous puncher in Anthony Yarde, and he broke him down. He showed chin, he showed heart, and he showed that his volume punching is just as effective against bigger men. He retained his belts and kept his name in the headlines. But the road to undisputed glory is never straight. Beterbiev is standing at the top of the mountain, looking down with skepticism. Bivol is waiting for the right chess move. And the fans are left debating whether a fight with Zurdo Ramirez is the war we want or a distraction from the legacy fights we need. One thing is for sure, the Mexican monster is here, he is active, and he is violent. Whether Beterbiev is impressed or not, he can't ignore him forever. The light heavyweight division is heating up, and 2026 is shaping up to be a pivotal year for Benavidez's legacy. What do you guys think? Was Beterbiev right to be unimpressed? Or is he hating on a threat? And are you excited for Benavidez versus Yarde Ramirez? Or would you rather see him fight someone else? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any updates. We'll see you in the next one.